African Safari Wildlife Park is a wild experience with over 800 exotic animals. Our drive-through safari features giraffes, zebras, deer, elk, alpacas, and even a white bison, all of which you can feed right from your vehicle. Walk on the wild side with the Zoo-It-All Pass and feed kangaroos, porcupines, tortoises, and rabbits. Step into our aviary adventure and hand-feed budgies for a memorable experience. Check out our live educational shows or ride a camel. Create memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio Safari Park, African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton.
Well, happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV. Jennifer here, of course, with our good friend John to hang out for this Friday.
Hanging out.
We're partying.
That's right.
Partying.
Whoopee.
No. Okay, so if you're wondering what the heck I'm wearing.
Yeah, what the heck are you wearing?
Yeah, I'm wearing my, so you probably don't know this, but this is Ohio Brew Week.
Oh, okay.
And every year at this time in Athens, many Ohio breweries take over all of the establishments of Athens, restaurants, bars, whatever, really? And exhibit their craft beer that they make.
Okay.
So I am wearing my Drink Ohio Local Ohio t-shirt in honor of Ohio Brew Week. And we actually were down last night for an event in Athens.
Okay.
And you can find the 6 Cents Brewing Company beer at the Pigskin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So actually, kind of a cool thing. One of the owners, Chris Roach, his dad, has local connections here.
Right.
Dave,
right. Dave Roach
was the pastor at the Methodist Church for many years.
Right.
And so we met up. We kind of knew Chris through then, so we've always teamed up on Brew Week to have our beer at his establishment, and he's always been so kind and gracious to us. So they had a big hog roast last night at the place, and we went down, and it was really fun. But if you are a craft beer drinker and would like to try out some Ohio breweries that you typically would have to, if you didn't want to drive to Cleveland or whatever, they're all in Athens right now. And there's actually sheets, and I should have brought one, but their establishments have sheets of all the different places, what breweries are where. So it's really, really cool, and that will be through this weekend.
So, when it comes to 6 Cents and craft beer, what's the new one? What's the newest?
So, we released last night a tropical Merc juice, which is our regular Merc juice, but with some, coconut and things like that in it.
Okay.
So that was a good one, but we've done that one before. But we have, we've been dabbling a little bit in the sours. And so we released down there, which we just put on the tap room, but it was down there first. Our 6 Degrees series, which is our sour series, but it is Orange Whip. So it's Cara oranges and a lot of lactose, vanilla, stuff like that in it. So
Sounds good.
It's really good. It's good. It's only 4%. So you can,
enjoy.
Chill out. And it's really refreshing.
Get the big mug.
Exactly. Not feel so bad about it.
Right.
And so we have several new things that we've released, and we're excited about that.
Cool.
Thanks for asking. But yeah, get down, support your Ohio breweries if you're around Athens this weekend, and be much appreciated. Help out those establishments too that have been so hard hit during this past year for the pandemic and all that. So support local.
You need to do that in all facets, really.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, and you can have your craft beer to wash down your fritter today because it's National Corn Fritter Day today.
I like it.
It's, of course, number
Corn
2 on
fritters.
my list. Apple fritters are number 1.
Yeah, I know, right? Hello.
Yeah, happy Corn Fritter Day to you today. And it's also, are you ready for this?
Oh, no.
National Guinea Pig Appreciation Day.
James, why do we not have a mascot?
I had a guinea pig. when I was younger.
Did you?
He can be. I mean, he's not with us anymore, but he could
Posthumously.
Yeah, he could be our mascot.
He could be our mascot.
That's true. And of course,
From beyond.
the strange thing about it is, number
Guinea
one,
pigs, huh?
they're not pigs.
No.
Number two, they're not from Guinea.
Why are they called guinea pigs?
I'm not quite sure. They're actually just rodents. They're from South America. And I was, when they were showing this information on guinea pigs for National Guinea Pig Day, I noticed that in South America, some of the medical practitioners down there prescribe using guinea pigs to rub on you for arthritis. Take your little furry ball and rub it on it for arthritis.
Like a live guinea pig, you just rub it on your skin?
That's right.
I think I'd rather do that than eat one.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
It's like a little furry heating pad, you know.
Are you making that up?
I'm not making that up.
The internet made it up, and he's just reading
Yeah,
it.
I'm just reading off the internet.
It was on the internet. It must
Fake
be true.
news.
All right. Who's got a guinea pig? We need you to end some arthritis.
And by the way,
come on.
really. And
We got to try this.
Speaking about names, did you see where the entomologists are now saying that they're going to change the name of the gypsy moth because gypsy is not a socially accepted term?
It's not a politically correct term.
Yeah, it's a slur. So
It is?
well, they're saying it's a slur for gypsies.
I mean, Cher's saying about it. It must be okay.
And tramps
And
too.
tramps and thieves.
That's
I
right.
mean, they're all.
She covered them all. But no, they're saying they haven't announced what the name's going to be, but they're trying to come up with a name. So our gypsy moth will later on no longer be a gypsy moth.
Well, they can say it's not going to be all you want, and
Yeah.
everyone's still going to call
Sure.
them a gypsy moth. So that's okay.
And of course, to top things off, in case guinea pigs or corn fritters are not your thing, it's National Snake Day.
Oh, no, it isn't.
It is National.
I'm going
Snake
back to bed.
Day.
That's it.
They say that snakes, of course, get a bad rap,
Not in my eyes, they don't.
but I think if I remember right, wasn't it the snake, the serpent that plunged into this thing in the Garden of Eden anyway?
Yeah, right. That darn snake.
Yeah, it
Gets
started
us every
everything.
time.
Yeah, it gets us all the time. Anyway, pick one of those to celebrate today.
No.
You might just do the brewing, the craft beer thing instead.
Yeah, I might. I'll tell you what. I will give you my snake. You can have two for the day.
Trade one guinea pig for all the snakes,
Yes. I'm cool with guinea pigs. Frogs, toads,
right?
snakes.
No.
I can't. I don't know what it is. Freak me out. No, thank you.
I had a rather surprising event happen to me the other evening. Connie and I, we love animals. And we have some regular cats. They're not our cats, but regular cats that show up. And
Right.
we always keep a bowl of food and water out on
You
the front
make sure
porch.
that they're comfortable.
And there's
Yes.
not a lot of them, but we have 2 or 3 that have discovered that. And they're regulars. They stop by, fill their bellies, and
Yeah.
say thank you and trot on to wherever they're going.
And as cats do, they tell their friends.
So every evening, I go out and make sure that the bowl in the water is full, because we do have some that visit at night and won't come during the day.
Gotcha.
So I filled up the bowl of food, and as I stood up, we have a swing on the front porch, and sitting on the swing, swinging a little bit, was a baby possum.
Oh.
And of course, a lot of people, because when they grow up, they're so ugly, but keep in mind that possums eat all that stuff you don't want.
That's right. Possums get probably one of the worst raps of anything in the world.
So I filled the bowl up for baby possum, and I haven't seen him back yet, but
Oh, he'll be back.
he'll be back.
Yeah. No, we had this. I think I told the story about the possum in the garage. I walked out one day and I walked around our trash cans, didn't think anything about it. We have a fridge out in the garage. I had water in there. So I grabbed a water and I turned around and there was just a possum sitting there by the trash cans looking at me.
Right.
And I thought, so you know how like it's like fight or flight, right? So you're just like, what am I going to do at this point? And I can remember 75,000 million thoughts going through my head. And all I could think of at the end was possums are so good.
They're
And I literally just said, I'm going to need you to go ahead and get out of my garage and not get my trash.
right.
I walked around, said possum, and went back in the house. And Jamie said, who are you talking to?
The possum.
I said, the possum in
The
the garage.
opossum in my garage. Sure
He
you were.
was like, right.
Sure you were.
But no, I mean, they do such good. Now, they do need to stay out of your trash, obviously.
right.
And I shouldn't have trash in my garage or the possum wouldn't be there.
Right.
Actually, it's there to get the cat food. I'm the same as you.
Right.
Have the cat food in the garage. But, yeah, I thought I can freak out, I can scream, I can run, or I can just try to reason with this thing. That's what I opted for.
The best thing to do is say hi and just
That's
quietly walk away.
what I did.
Because they're not aggressive. Now they will if you start messing with them, but
Now the raccoons on the other side are.
yeah,
They'll come after you.
Possums are kind of ugly, but beneficial. Raccoons are cute, but can be
Scary.
a
Yeah,
little
they're.
scary, yeah.
And I will say, our possum was that possum was the prettiest possum I've ever seen in my life.
When they're smaller, they're kind of cute.
It was really an odd color. It was very black and very white. It was
Oh,
not a
really?
skunk, I promise you. It was a possum, I know, but it was black and white. It was really pretty.
Mhm.
And I think I even said, "Aren't you pretty?" While I was reasoning with it.
I know. You were sucking up to the possum.
I mean, listen, in today's world,
Yeah.
with COVID and all that, you see a possum in your garage, you just go, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that was the latest. The latest. Jeff Bezos is shooting himself into space.
Yeah, what, Tuesday?
Yeah, next week, the
Yes.
20th.
Something like that.
There was a guy who, you could ride along, but you had to bid for it. And the guy who won the bid, what was it, $28 million?
Something like that.
Well, he now has a change in his schedule.
Yeah, something came up.
So riding
After
along
you-
with Jeff in his place will be an 18-year-old Oliver Damon.
I think that was something like that. Bless
Yeah.
you, James.
He's a student, a physics student, and he's going to go along. Along with Bezos will also be his brother Mark,
Yes.
and then Wally Funk, a space pioneer who's 82 now.
Yeah.
So
and
we have the youngest and the oldest in space.
isn't that cool? And an 18-year-old in space is the youngest, I
Right.
believe, that's ever gone that way. There was kind of a big old controversy because, the Virgin Galactic guy, what's his name? Why can't I think of it?
Richard Branson.
Richard Branson, thank you. Beat Jeff Bezos to it by a
Yeah.
few days. So
Yeah.
he made it up, last Saturday, I believe it was, Saturday or Sunday.
That's okay. I mean, these people are spending billions and billions of dollars to go into space. I'm still looking under my couch cushions for change so I can go to the beach. Jiminy, what's the deal?
I'm spacey enough as it is. I don't need to go anywhere else to help the cause. Yeah.
And speaking of space, NASA has decided, and they've been talking about this for quite a while, the space station
Yeah.
is sort of getting to the end of its cycle because
Yeah.
they said it could last to 2030, but they're trying to phase it out in 2020. So they're opening it up for private companies, to put up their own space station. Russia, Japan, and some of the Eurospace agencies are all coming together to do this. And so anyway, we'll pretty soon see, in about 7 years, we might see a private space station up there.
And so here's the thing. Your car gets old, you trade it in.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife gets old, you trade her in. Just kidding. Better not. No, what do you do with a space station that's old?
There's...
What do you do? Do you just shoot it off into Never Never Land? Do you take it apart? What do you do?
You let it just as all our space junk. I mean, we've done some great things, go to the moon and all that, but if you go to the moon, all you see is all the junk we left behind.
Right.
And then in space, all the stuff we have up there, we just let it orbit until it burns up in re-entry, I guess. But that would be,
it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, Jeff should not be thinking about space travel. He should be thinking about a space trash truck that he could send up there and just pick up all of that stuff. See?
That's a good idea.
That's right.
Well, just imagine how many cardboard boxes are going to be there once Bezos figures out a way to ship Amazon packages.
Ship Amazon to outer space.
Amazon, yes. So anyway,
we're laughing about that, and it's probably going to be a thing.
One of the main indicators that the space station needs to be replaced is now when the astronauts use the facility, they have to jiggle the handle before it works. Houston, we have a problem.
We forgot the plunger. It's bad.
And they're probably running out of parking too.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I should have said that. But anyway, that'll be something new in space pretty soon.
That is wild to think about, though.
That's right.
I don't know, how big is the International Space Station? What are the dimensions of it?
I don't know. That's something that James could Google for us.
Oh, James, can you Google that for us?
I will. You want to take a guess at it before I look it up?
I mean, I don't know. It could be the size of this room, or it could be the size of a city block. I have no idea.
I don't think it's that large, but yeah, it's.
I mean, what do you think this room is? 30 feet long?
I have no clue. I used to count tiles, but you put carpet down, so I can't do that.
Drat.
All right, are you ready?
Wait, 2, 4, 6. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, the International Space Station is 357 feet end to end. So that's about 100 yards.
So it's a football field?
Big as a football field.
I would have never guessed it was that big.
Yeah.
Would you?
Nope. I mean, I've seen some pictures and it looked pretty cramped to me from the inside, but.
Which I guess they've got there's a lot of storage and a lot of, they had to store all their paper towels and toilet paper during COVID. What?
It's 35,000 square feet.
Okay. So it's just like a house in Malibu.
With more computers in it.
Yeah. And no gravity.
Right.
Anyway. Okay. Hey, listen, I would have never guessed it was that big. Really, I wouldn't have.
So anyway, it's going to be up for sale in either 2020 or 2030.
Come and get it.
Come and get it. Drag it home.
You think
we don't deliver.
You think Mark Carmen's going to buy it at the auction?
I don't know. I mean, people buy stranger things.
That's
they buy, trees and forests and stars in the sky.
I'm just waiting for the day until there's, Carmen's used space shuttle.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of buying, I've got a story and I got to dig it out where they had an auction.
Yeah?
And they sold the world's oldest known bottle of whiskey. And the problem was it was so old that it had a handmade label on it that was stuck to it, taped to it. So they had to do a little carbon dating. They think that it's somewhere between 1763 and 1800.
No way.
So they auctioned off this bottle, and they thought it would get $30,000 or $40,000, but they sold it for $137,000. A bottle of whiskey, the oldest bottle of whiskey on the planet.
So here's the question: what do you do with it? This goes back to what we were talking about the other day. It's like you buy this video game for $1.6 million, and to look at it in the package, what do you do? You can't drink it.
No, you put it in a display case and hope the label doesn't fall off.
Right. And then sell it again in another 50 years.
That's
and
right.
Pray it doubles.
So anyway.
Oh, there it is.
See?
Now where does it say?
Looks like the label's already held on with Scotch tape.
It is. They've
Pretty
had
much.
to stick the label.
So where was this from? Does it say? Like,
Skinner Auctioneers announced that they were selling this. I'm trying to see. It doesn't tell me where they found the bottle. Or
Old Ingledew whiskey.
yeah,
Huh.
very cool.
Who knew?
Hmm.
Who knew?
That was somebody's craft whiskey back when.
That's right.
True.
Somebody was definitely making some stuff back then. You're not kidding. So I saw this story. I thought this was so interesting. In Utah, they have these big lakes up in the mountains.
Okay.
And people go up there to fish. And so the question is, up in the mountains, you have a big lake. How do you stock those lakes with fish?
Flying fish.
Yes.
Okay. That's the answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Not exactly the way you're thinking, but
Okay.
yes, absolutely. So they used to, so these things are like 200, they're just the high elevation lakes. So in Utah, they had to stock over 200 of them.
Okay.
So before, they used to load fish into milk cans and use horses to hoss them up to the lake and then stock the lake that way.
Okay.
Now they literally drop them out of airplanes. Can you believe that? They fly an airplane over the thing, open up the bottom of the airplane, and the fish fall into the lake. That's how they stock the fish.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Fallen. Okay.
Oh, there you are. Yep.
I thought they're not way in the air. That's cool.
Well, it just hasn't taken off yet.
Oh, it hadn't taken off.
This is it either right before it took off or right after it landed.
They actually drop them into the lake. The planes used to stock the fish can hold hundreds of pounds of water and can drop around. How many fish do you think a plane could drop into a lake at one time?
If they're as big as the ones that I end up catching, it'd be millions.
Yeah, right? No, they can hold hundreds of pounds of water. Each plane can drop 35,000 fish in a single flight.
Oh, that's a lot of fish.
That is a lot of fish. Isn't that crazy? I mean, you'd have to think those fish, though. I wonder if they do little, like...
Swan dives.
I mean, like belly flops, or... I mean, you'd have to think some of them probably don't make it.
That's a possibility.
It seems like a little traumatic to me.
Yeah.
But...
hopefully they're not that far off the water when they drop them.
I hope not. A compartment is released under the plane. It sends out a gush of water and a cluster of fish down to the lake below.
Well, you've seen the way they put the trout in Hammertown, right?
Yeah, through the hose.
Yeah,
the
they
big
bring
hose.
them in a big tanker and shoot them out of a hose.
It's
It's not much better.
I mean, that's probably it's minus the, falling however many feet.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot better idea than hossing horses up in milk
cans.
Yeah.
That's a lot of trips.
Right? I'm sure the horses are thankful.
That's right.
Hey, we do have a couple of things from here. I'll let you do one and I'll do one.
I'll be glad to.
I think that hasn't happened yet, has it?
Well,
July 29th. No.
We're good.
So these are from the Sylvester Memorial Public Wellston Library over in your neck of the woods.
Okay.
August 2nd through August 28th, the 17th annual adult summer reading program called TAIL, T-A-I-L, and TAILS, T-A-L-E-S, will be held. The program is open to anyone ages 18 and up with a valid Wellston Public Library card. For every time you read during the program, your name will be entered to win a weekly prize drawing. Any full-length book, ebook, magazine, or book on CD counts. Each week during August, you have the opportunity to complete a fun task, game, or puzzle to be entered into the grand prize drawing. No required meetings or events to attend. Patrons must register at the library or by phone. And if you would like, they're so kind even to offer curbside service if you don't feel comfortable going in.
Okay.
If you have any questions about this fun program for adults, 740-384-6660 is the number to the Wellston Public Library.
And mine is about couponing.
Yes, that's so fun. I feel like I should go because I've always been
Okay.
interested in this couponing thing.
This free tax preparation and finance literacy program of the Workforce and Business Development Program. This is part of
Yes.
Community Action in Pike County. They're offering couponing in today's world.
Yes, so cool.
It's a workshop. It's going to be on Thursday, July 29th from 6 to 8 at the Ohio Means Job Career Center in Pike County. That's on Market Street in Piketon.
Uh-huh.
And the workshop is being offered, here's a good part, no cost. You don't need a coupon. And the workshop is designed to teach different types of coupons, where to find them, how to use the coupons. In addition, they'll discuss what they call shopping strategies, online, coupon apps that you could just wave your phone and
Right, like the Retail Me Not. And
money
some of those
saving
things.
tips, and come prepared to conduct a coupon exchange. So bring your coupons with you. Registration is required. Let me give you the phone number. It's 740-289-2371. Now you can also call toll free 1-866-820-1184.
There you
Seating
go.
is limited, so
They do want you to register for that because
Yes.
they do have limited seating. But
right,
I'm going to tell you, couponing is like an art.
it is.
And people that are good at it, I mean, it is insane. And it's just, it's a hobby or a honestly like a profession like anything else. People learn the ins and outs of it and they can literally not pay for anything. It's wild.
It is. I mean, when I go shopping, I zip past the careful shopper who is
I know.
comparing prices, and I'm just pulling stuff off the shelf.
Because you're a boy.
I know. And then I go to the checkout line and I see, that the person in front of me checked through, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all these money-saving coupons. And
You're like,
not me. I'm paying the full boat.
that's right. You're like,
So-
could you help this guy out right here? No.
Got any leftover coupons?
We were laughing. This is such a guy thing. So we were making fun of one of the kids that works in the kitchen yesterday because, occasionally, especially with COVID right now, you either order stuff for the restaurant, it doesn't come in, which happens all the time now,
Right.
or, you occasionally run out of things and have to run to the store and grab, whatever. So bless his little heart, they sent one of the little kitchen guys to the store the other day to get baggies, like Ziploc baggies.
Okay.
He comes back with I didn't even know this existed, a $12 box of Ziploc baggies.
$12.
They were like, what did you buy? They said they're like reusable, like the thickest. I was like, I didn't even know those things existed. I'm like,
Number one, you can't reuse.
right. I'm like, no, we need the $1.99 baggies,
That's
not
right.
the $12 baggies. So you are now banned from going to the store ever again.
They were on the shelf, low and easy to get a hold of.
I'm like, that's such a guy thing. Just grab the first thing you see and go. But, whatever. So.
I'm getting better at it because when I first started shopping, I would come back and kind of go, wrong, wrong, wrong. Did you read that label? Look at that, wrong.
You're like, darn it. If I don't want to get in trouble, I better start
Yeah,
paying attention.
Paying attention.
Yeah.
Just
sure.
because it looks like jelly doesn't mean it's jelly, okay?
But it was in that section somewhere.
Well, I was in the Oriental food section, so I should have known it wasn't jelly.
But it's super pretty.
That's true. It had the right color. Hey, I got a cool story.
Okay.
This is one of those things that could happen, but you don't imagine happening. He was a guy by the name of Louis Angelino. He worked at a liquor store as his regular job, but in order to, make some extra money, he would clean houses for friends.
Okay.
So he was going to clean a house for his friend named Mark, and so he showed up at Mark's house and lifted up the mat, and there was the key, and he opened up the key, and he used the key to open up the door.
Yeah.
He spent about 2.5 hours, he said, cleaning the house.
Okay.
So all of a sudden his cell phone rings, and it's his buddy Mark, saying, when are you going to clean the house? He said, well, as a matter of fact, he said, I just got through finished. I'm sitting here on the couch, petting your cat.
Oh, no.
And his buddy Mark on the other phone says, I don't own a cat. When he wrote down the address to he was actually missed it like 2 houses. He was down at the wrong house. So he left a note to the people and said, hey, I was in here, sorry, but I cleaned your house.
Can you even?
I know.
What a pleasant surprise when you get home, though.
That's true. I'm just wondering if I could find out this guy's name and address. If he could mistakenly clean my house.
I was going to say, when you write down the house number, you need to write it off by 2.
Right. And of course, it also shows you one thing, that there is no such thing as a guard cat. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Gosh, what would you do if you got home and there was like a note and somebody had been in your house cleaning it?
Or when you went there and there was someone there busily cleaning your house.
You're like, what are you doing? I'm cleaning
for Mark. Well, Mark doesn't live here, but I guess it could happen.
I'll bet it's happened more than what you think. Well, you shouldn't leave your key under the mat, number 1, you dum-dum.
Okay, so anyway, there you go.
That's fantastic. Oh, my gosh.
Crazy things happen. There's a story that came out from New York City, Brooklyn, as a matter of fact. The guy had an apartment. He was on the first floor.
Okay.
And he was out sitting on the porch, and he fell asleep. And when he woke up, he woke up somewhere around 6 when the sun came up, in the morning. He had been robbed. So he called the police, and they checked. He had one of those video things.
Yeah.
And they checked, and it showed where a guy, he was asleep, snuck up on the porch and stole his little bag that he had his laptop in about 4:30 in the morning.
Well, that's rude.
And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, it showed another guy coming up on his
No.
porch. Yes. And stole his wallet that had his debit and credit cards in it. And went out, of course, started buying stuff with his credit card. So when he woke up, he had not been robbed once. He had been robbed twice.
And didn't wake up for either one?
Missed them both.
He's a sound sleeper.
That's right. Oh, so anyway.
Oh, my gosh.
So much for enjoying your front porch swing. Oh.
That is hilarious.
It is.
It's not, but it is.
Well, it would be humbling.
Yeah.
To sleep through 2 robberies.
You'd feel a little violated, wouldn't you?
Sleeping through the one where the guy kind of slowly slips away your backpack that has your...
that you can kind of get.
Dig in your
you
pockets,
can grab that and run.
But sleep through digging in your pockets and taking your stuff, that's a different story. Oh, well. It didn't say if he had any sleep aids or not, but he was robbed.
Oh, honey. Wow.
And
That's a lot.
They do have photographs of the people they're trying. They haven't got them yet, but they're looking for them. So.
Oh, they will. Moral of the story on this one is don't rob somebody on their front porch while they have security cameras pointing at you.
That's true.
Especially in today's world.
There's cameras everywhere in today's world, so be careful.
That's right. Yeah, you don't want to...
Do unto others only as you want them to do to you. So. Correct. Right.
Good lesson for the day.
That's right.
Yes.
Are we done? We've been given our...
Yeah, I think we can go home now.
We've done our good deed.
We've done our spirituals for the day, and we're out.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So what you got?
Oh, I just don't really have a lot of anything that's like fun. A lot of mines are serious, but I will say this was a cute story, I thought. And, you know, kids can be so
Truthful.
truthful. I like that they're pure, that their actions are, they just do what they feel and not because of some agenda or whatever. You know, they just do good, or they're rotten too, but you know, a lot of times they do good. So I thought this was really cool. Two little girls, Mackenzie Madsen, and she's from Utah. She passed away last summer at the age of 14, unfortunately, while waiting for a heart transplant.
Okay.
14-year-old. But her sisters are celebrating her life and memory by helping others by donating proceeds from a business that they started, and they are doing a big lemonade stand.
All right.
And their proceeds, and they have like Donate to Life, and they've made it really clear that this is to help other kids that, you know, need organ donation or transplants, and they want to donate the proceeds to that. Isn't that so good? They're ages 9 and 7 and came up with this all by themselves. So they Mackenzie, the older, the one that passed away, was born with a heart condition, so she had to deal with it. She had a heart transplant at 1 year old.
Ooh.
And then, you know, needed another one. It had kind of worn out. But she was waiting for all that, and unfortunately passed away. But the sign says lemonade 50 cents, cake pops $1.50. All proceeds go to organ donation awareness in honor of our sister Mackenzie and all the donors. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Yep. Say yes to organ donation. We love you, Kenzie. So that's so sweet.
It is neat.
And you know, you think about those little girls are just doing good. You know?
I know. That's cool.
Good for you. Out in Utah. If I were in Utah, I would literally go find them and give them money just because of that.
They do good things. Kids they're truthful.
They are.
Even when it hurts. I know a friend of mine whose mom came to visit, and the girls met Grandma at the door and welcomed her and said, "Come on in." And then later on in that day, they said to the grandma, "Now when Dad comes home, he's going to do his tricks for us."
His tricks?
And she said, "Tricks?" And she said, "Yes." He said, because the girl said yes, because when Mom told Dad that you're coming, he says, "When you arrive, he'll climb the walls." So that wasn't a pleasant visit.
Out of the mouths of
I know,
babes.
out of the mouths of babes. Hey, I saw this. This is kind of cool. You know, you see more and more and more Jeeps on the road now. People,
a lot of Jeeps,
like the Jeeps,
yeah,
and they're going away from the fancy Jeeps to a different kind of fancy. Where they can take the doors off and, you know, yada yada yada, all that. And I was noticing here that they have the Jeep Wrangler, the Extreme, the Recon. It can drive through almost 34 inches of water.
Wow.
Well, now, according to Jeep and Wrangler, they're going to come up with a new all-electric Jeep.
Yeah.
They say that you can drive underwater, completely submerged.
Shut the front door.
Yes. Completely submerged. And they said there's
like a submarine Jeep?
Some crazy and amazing people, they say, in the Jeeping community.
No.
And they think that that once, you know, they go electric, there's nothing stopping them. So.
Well, how do you seal it up to where?
I don't know. Probably when you buy this Jeep, you have to sit in that room and they'll try to sell you some rust proofing, I guess. I don't know. But
or a wetsuit, some scuba gear.
Yeah, instead of hitting a deer, you hit a great big old tuna somewhere. But yeah, that's one of the things they're going to be doing with Jeeps is they'll be able to drive them completely underwater.
Now, I'm sure your insurance company is going to love that.
Oh yeah.
How did you get that giant dent in the hood? Oh, I just ran over a giant tuna.
Ran into a wrecked ship. Didn't see it till it was too late.
I knocked out a scuba diver. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, man.
I mean, we've talked years and years about flying cars, and that really hasn't really happened to any true, consumer success.
Right.
But maybe there'll be the underwater car now.
Maybe. George Jetson has nothing on this.
James Bond had one.
Really?
Yeah.
A swimming car?
Underwater car, yes. So there you go.
I'm sure Batman had one too.
True.
James, did Batman have an underwater car? He's a Batman nerd.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm sure he has. I don't remember any particular vehicle. But
The
I'm
Batmobile
sure
can do anything.
Yeah. But View to a Kill, that's when Bond's got the submarine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's first he invents snowboarding, and then he escapes to his submarine that just happened to be right where he was at, which has a beautiful woman that's about 30 years younger than Alan,
waiting for him.
Yeah, waiting for him.
Yes.
In the submarine.
And they just mysteriously got together, I'm sure. Yeah.
Hey, that happens.
A scantily clad, beautiful
James
woman in a
Bond movie.
In a submarine. Yeah.
That scene is actually really funny. If you want a little bit of a chuckle, watch the beginning of View to a Kill on YouTube if you've never seen it before.
Is it the beginning of it?
Yeah, it's the very first scene.
No, I have to watch it.
There you go. And all you had to say is, I'm James.
James Bond.
James, does that work for you, James?
Yeah.
No, not so much. I mean, James Hamilton, my father is James Hamilton. His father was James Hamilton. His father before him was James Hamilton.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So if you go look at that World War II monument in Gallipolis, there's about 5 James Hamiltons on it.
Okay, gotcha.
So it doesn't work as well.
Hey, I got a story.
Okay.
It's a. You talked about guy things earlier in shopping.
I mean, it's a thing.
There's a guy in Louisiana. His name is Justin Pope. He was arrested Tuesday.
Okay.
For taking a ring that didn't belong to him. It belonged to Samantha Fuchs, who is 40 years old.
Justin.
Now, here's the story.
Okay.
That was Justin Pope. That was his girlfriend he stole the ring from.
Oh.
He stole her ring, which was worth about $4,500.
Okay.
He went to a pawn shop, pawned it, and bought another ring, brought it back to her, and proposed to her.
No. No.
Way. So when they finally figured this all out and arrested him, and by the way, they're no longer friends.
I was going to say, did she say yes?
Probably then, but not now. The police went after it, and the ring had been melted down. It had been for scrap. The gold and the diamond, it had been all taken apart. So the ring that he stole and pawned, no longer, she couldn't get it back. So.
Dude, we need to talk to you about how to win over a woman.
Really?
That is not it.
No.
No.
That's not the way to go.
No, definitely not the way to win over a girl's heart. I promise you that. For sure.
So the fair stuff kicked off last night.
Oh, yeah. So you were actually there.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you reminded us about
horses.
that. So did you bet on some ponies?
I didn't bet on any. I just watched them.
He was there and didn't bet on the ponies.
Yeah.
I noticed he isn't wearing any new jewelry or anything.
No.
So.
Well, I noticed you had to walk to work today. Your car's mysteriously gone.
That's a lot of $2 bets, James.
Yeah.
So did you enjoy yourself at the fair?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. It was warm, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it had that little rain that kind of cooled things off a little bit.
And then the grandstand's looking good.
Yeah.
Yep. So did you say you
So
got some
I
video?
just got one little clip here of the horses running, and I just thought this was cool, and I thought we'd share it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at them going, kicking up that dirt.
How those little skinny legs go that fast, I'll never know. See, it's the one with the prettiest outfit, I'm telling you.
I'm going for the skinny one.
That is really cool. Did you get I think the wildest part of the whole thing is wow, that's really good. I think the wildest part of the whole thing is how they start those races.
The little
Where they have the
with
car
fence
with
on
the
it.
arms
Yeah.
that
Right.
come out, and then everybody has to get in their perspective.
Yeah, and get them so they can pace. Yeah.
And then the arms go back in, and the car pulls off, and
That'd be
hopefully no 2-year-old runs over the car
Right.
before or
That'd be a
jumps
good
on the
view to
car.
watch from. They ought to put a camera on the back of that car. That would be really cool.
That
Yeah.
would be
Or
cool.
put it
That
on that
would.
gate. That would be really cool.
Yeah,
Lots
absolutely.
of more racing tonight.
Yeah, so more harness racing tonight at the Jackson County Fair. And let's go over, I have the fair schedule here, but I have it buried. But let's go over what is going on this weekend. And then, of course, next week we'll let you know
Okay.
more of what's going on at the Jackson County Fair. And far as I know, we are planning on doing the show live here on Monday from the Jackson County Fair.
Whoa.
So we'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will be there.
We'll be there.
Okay.
Be there or be square. So for today, for Friday night, they do have another night of harness racing. And the cool thing about that is at 7 p.m., there is the pari-mutuel wagering. And also the harness racing is only a $5 admission. So
Right. $5.
you can come up, have all the fun in the world for
Right.
$5 at the Jackson
got
County Fair. Now looking on tomorrow to Saturday, there's a lot going on. They're bringing in some of the animals, checking them in. There's also tomorrow on Saturday at 9 a.m. a baby contest, which is a $5 entry fee, but a lot of people interested in those baby contests. At 10 a.m., the baby contest will happen, and the theme is When I Grow Up. We can't enter that because we still haven't figured it out yet.
I know. I'm still working on that.
Yep, we're still trying to figure ourselves out. So 9 a.m. is the registration for the baby contest, and then 10 a.m. is the actual contest theme When I Grow Up at this year's Jackson County Fair, and that's tomorrow. Then, again, tomorrow's featured entertainment at 6:30 p.m. Tallahassee Freight will take the grandstand stage, and they will be the opening act for tomorrow night at 8 p.m. the Kentucky Headhunters.
That's be a great show.
It's going to be an amazing show. You are more than welcome to bring your lawn chairs. It is a $10 admission, only $10 to get into the fair
Right.
to see the Kentucky Headhunters. You can either sit in the grandstand or you can bring your own lawn chairs and just set them up, have a good time. They will have some of the food vendors available and open and ready to go. So that's a good thing as well. Now on Sunday, it is Gospel Day, which is great.
Good.
$5 admission on Sunday. So $10 for the Kentucky Headhunters, which is totally understandable and a great deal. $5 on Sunday. At 11:30 a.m. Sunday, they are having the Promised Land Church service, which is Roger Parks. At 12 noon, they're having a Queen's Tea. At 1 p.m., for all of you out there, they will have gospel praise bands at the grandstand.
Okay.
So Gospel Day there. At 4 p.m., so that will be from 1 to like 4. So music, gospel music. At 4, they're having the opening fair ceremony, followed by the crowning of the Junior Fair Queen, Miss Presley Sexton, at the grandstand. And then at 5:30, back to more gospel music.
Okay.
So a big day of that on Sunday at the Jackson County Fair. Then at 6 p.m., they're going to have an evening church service with Chris Wallace. And then at 7:15 p.m., Open Rail will take the stage.
Okay.
So Sunday's going to be chock full
Great day.
of a lot of fun stuff. And then Monday, when we are there in the morning at the fair, will be the rabbit show.
Okay.
So we'll see if we can figure out how to show those rabbits.
Okay.
You don't want me doing that. I'm bad at
Okay.
it. But and there's a lot of stuff. Monday is Kids Day, but we'll let you know all about some of the fun stuff. They have a circus Monday. Kids get in free.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just an amazing day.
It's a good day.
Yes. So Sunday, if you're a gospel music lover, it is your day at the fair.
That's the day to be there.
Yes.
Saturday will be a great day. Harness racing. It's just going to be a super week
That's right.
at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, and speaking of, James, do you have, I did not pull up the weather this morning as I was running late. Did you have the weather pulled up for us?
There it is.
All right, there it is, your Total Media Radio
Not
weather.
great news for the Kentucky Headhunters, I'm afraid.
It is not. Well, there's good news and bad news. So today, Friday, is better than it was yesterday. So only a 40% chance of rain today now. It was
Yeah,
like 60% or 70%.
I don't think it's supposed to be until later in the evening, so I don't think
Okay.
it will affect
the harness racing. Okay, very good. 88 degrees today and a little chance of rain. Now, tomorrow on Saturday, here's the deal. Unfortunately, there is a 90% chance of rain, but the temperatures will be fairly low, and they are not calling for thunderstorms. That would be the thing that perhaps could get the concert canceled or postponed.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's just raining, they will play. Bring your umbrellas, do whatever, and watch the Kentucky Headhunters. It won't be a problem. If you get into the grandstand, of course, it's covered, so you're good to go that way. And then on Sunday, a little bit of a chance of rain, but again, not thunderstorms in the forecast, and highs of 82. And then look at that for the rest of the week. Picture perfect Jackson County
Yes.
Fair weather.
Now,
So,
keep in mind that my weather forecast that I looked at says that 90% is now dropped to 70.
oh, okay,
And
perfect.
Keep in mind, you know how those weather guys lie anyway.
They are liars.
I know.
We're so bad.
I know.
No, I do not understand. Of all of the professions in the world, and these, meteorologists and whatnot, they have all of this satellites and all of this expensive, crazy equipment, go to school for all of this time, and can't even tell you whether it's going to rain today or not. Unbelievable.
That would be tough, though. That would be tough.
Well, I think over the years it's just proven that the weather, Mother Nature, just toys with us. She wants us to know how big she is and how little we are.
Of course, it's been 50-some years ago when I started this business in radio.
Yes.
I had
Couple years
I
ago.
had the 100% foolproof way of forecasting the weather.
Yes.
The weather window.
Yes.
Look out the window. If it's raining, you say raining. If it's not raining, you say not raining.
The
There
weather
we go.
window says
Not-
sunshine and not raining.
That's right.
James just looked.
That's right. Can't go wrong.
It's the best forecast ever.
Right. Now, when you start trying to forecast your forecast, that's when you get in trouble.
The whole forecast word is what gets us into
that's-
trouble,
yeah,
right?
The whole thing, yeah.
Currently, it is.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. But no, the Jackson County Fair is a lot of fun. Do you have any fun fair memories? You've been there a few years.
Many, many, many years, yes. Yeah, I remember when we first started broadcasting from the fair, your father,
Yes.
Big Lou,
Yeah.
would make us, of course, he was a fair guy. He
Oh.
loved the fair.
There's nobody that loved the fair more than Dad.
I shouldn't say make us, but it was our duty to spend the whole day broadcasting from the fair.
You didn't leave. You
No.
got there at 9 in the morning
And he built
Yep.
we built with the help of Fred, but we built this mobile unit that we parked at the fair, and in this unit was the microphone and the console, but also 2 turntables. Now back then we were playing records.
I was just telling somebody about
Right.
this.
So we would
Out
play
of T111, the
Yeah.
little brown thing.
Yes. So here we are sitting there. It was open. There was no glass. It
Yes.
was open. Everybody would walk by the fair, and we were accessible to a degree.
Yes.
And then we would play records. So sometime in the afternoon, as you're there running out of things to say
And play.
and has already consumed like 14 lemon up shakes
And elephant ears.
Yeah. So anyway, you would say, okay, and you talk up the record and you'd hit that record, and there was so much dust that it wouldn't stay in the grooves and just go zzz, all the way across the record. So you'd have to take it off and give it one of these, put it back on the turntable and start all over.
No, I didn't know that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I'd never heard that one before.
Oh, yeah. You need to ask Big Lou about that. But and we would do the livestock sales in its entirety. So if
I remember
if
that.
the livestock sale started at 3 in the afternoon, we would be there from 3 in the afternoon. If it was a long one, to go till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Forever.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
But it was fun. I mean, it was just good, fair fun.
It was, and you think back about that, and some of my favorite summer memories certainly were spent at the Jackson County Fair. But I can remember one of them was I kind of interned here during the summers some, and I walk in one morning and Dad says, I need you to go to the fair and broadcast for the day. And I said, I don't know how to do this. He said, well, you flip this switch, and this switch, and you talk. And I said, well, I don't know what to say. And he literally sent me to the fair. I had no idea what I was doing, no idea how to put the antenna up, no idea of anything. You didn't have cell phones back then.
No. And you'd be sitting.
It was horrible. It was so bad because you had to keep. It was like a 60-second thing, and then the stopwatch wouldn't work, and you're like, I don't know where I'm at, and you don't know what to say, and it was a disaster. But that's how you learn.
That was during when we had satellites, and you would program a break in the music so you could talk into it, but you had to time it perfectly.
Yes, like you had not 61 seconds, not 59 seconds. You had 60 seconds.
And I remember when we were there, and of course it was all live, and people would walk by and you say, come and talk to me. No, please. Please come and talk with me. Interview somebody, anybody. And normally, and the concessionaires are always more than willing.
Well, of course, they wanted to promote their products, right?
So you would make friends with them, and then by the time the fair had over, you'd had 14 servings of greasy fries, which were delicious.
Oh, so good.
Elephant ears. It just goes on and on and on. But that was it was fun being in the middle of everything.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah, absolutely. And, so if you haven't been up to the fair, the good news is you mentioned the dust. That was a few years ago. They have since paved the midway.
Yes.
So you don't have all of that dust anymore.
Right.
And that is, I think, in my opinion, the best improvement ever at the fairgrounds is putting that pavement down on the midway so that you're not walking through gravel and the dust isn't flying, or you're not walking through mud if it has been raining, because there was that issue as well. So I think that, and probably putting in the camping and the facilities there for people to use has been a great addition.
Now, show you how old I am, then I'll quit talking fair. I broadcast from the very first numero uno Vinton County Junior Fair. David Booth, and there was, if I remember correctly, they had only 1 or 2 buildings and an office, and I mean, they started small, and they've grown every year. But
oh, yes.
I can remember the first Vinton County Junior Fair.
Really?
Yeah. So, anyway, there you go.
That's amazing. Well, there you go. Now we've reminisced.
Yes.
But yes, I'll never forget the Dad hand me the microphone and say, go to the fair and broadcast for the
There you
day.
go.
I said, I don't know what to say. Well, it's how you're going to learn.
That's how you do it.
That's so Lou, isn't it?
That's right. And that's how you learn.
I don't want to hear about it. Just go do it.
Yeah.
And I'm
And don't-
probably a much better person for it
That's how you
today.
learn. But by the way, don't mess up.
Yeah. And don't talk for 61 seconds either.
All right. Cool.
So true.
Anyway,
All right.
Go to the fair.
Yeah, go to the fair. Get up there this weekend. Harness racing tonight. Kentucky Headhunters tomorrow. Are you kidding me? I mean, amazing. And then Gospel Day all day on Sunday at the Jackson County Fair. So you have plenty of opportunity to get up there and plenty of things to see. And that's before the fair even starts.
Yeah, don't forget
Officially.
Tallahassee Freight. They're good too.
Yes.
That's going to be a great show.
Absolutely. So, well, John, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
hanging with me today.
All
It's
right.
been a blast.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes. And we will be back here on Monday. Actually, we won't be back here on Monday. We'll be at the fair on Monday.
You better be.
Well, we think we will be anyway,
Okay, hopefully.
unless someone kicks us out, which is, possible. We get a little unruly, especially after a few lemon shakeups.
That's right.
Well, have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll be right back here on Monday, actually, hopefully, from the fair. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.